Welcome to the Property Project podcast. You're here with your main man, Sean.
And your go-to girl, Cindy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you. Second try.
I know.
I think next time we'll go for the hole in one.
Oh, do you know what? It's been too long since we've been back here. So I feel
when was the last time we recorded?
It was Feb, for sure. Like, even before that, maybe January.
Yeah, probably January, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a while. But we're back, and that is the main thing. So, today we're going to be talking about...
Q1.
Well, pretty much, Q1. Yeah. So we're in April now. So we're in Q2, end of Q1. Has happened. We're just going to review that and just see how things were, how they could have been better, how we excelled and everything. So, yeah, man, I'm quite excited because... No, why are you laughing?
Just laughing about how you introduced it.
Yeah. But I'm kind of excited because, again, we've always said that when we have like an accomplishment or anything like that, we just brush past it and we're always on to the next thing. And then it's not until we actually look back and we're like, right, we did that. And we did that and we succeeded in that and we've done that. And then you start to realize that actually, you know what, you're actually kind of sick. Do you know what I mean?
Nice way to sum it up.
Yeah.
But I think Q1 was at the start was not great because we'd had the end of the year last year. Well, winter months, as people know with service accommodation, isn't the greatest if you don't have a strategy in place. And that was our first complete year because our first property went live for our service accommodation in January 2023. This was the first time we'd done a complete year of service accommodation. So we hadn't actually met. Although we had the beginning winter months, what you got to remember is every winter month is very different, which we've learned. So although we started in January, which technically is like winter, our winter last year, was it last year? What year are we in now? Yeah, winter last year.
2023.
Wasn't bad at all for Reading. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
Had the first month, it wasn't fully booked, but February
we had two properties live during like when we was coming out of the winter period.
Yeah,
because then our third one, don't really talk about that third one, but the third and fourth one kind of came around March. And February, innit? No, the third one,
No, the third one was January. But the ones that we managed, like the ones that we took on ourselves.
Yeah.
Those actually did really, really well at the start. So
we're getting a lot of bookings.
Yeah.
And a lot of them were contractors and they were staying for 11 nights, 2 weeks. So it was good.
Yeah, we had a lot of families. So that was going quite well, I believe, like at the beginning. So we didn't experience the tough winter.
We didn't experience the start. The start is brutal.
we had January though.
Yeah, but that wasn't the start though.
It wasn't the same January is
the no, but even still,
January this year was not the same as February. No,
January this year the winter was brutal.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
But even still, from last year, we didn't go through the cycle, which is winter's 3 months. Do you know what I mean? So
you're gonna let me say my views and then
no, but I'm like we're conversing.
No,
get out.
Let me say my views because you're probably about saying the same thing as me, but you won't let me finish.
Are you sure? Okay, all right, say what you're saying. Then.
Okay, so
let's see.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that winter, although we did go in winter, the winters that we compare right now are not the same winters that we experienced last year. Yeah. When you think about Signet House, that had somebody in there February the whole month.
Yeah.
Into March, no?
Yeah.
And although yes. We luckily with Signet House again this year it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
But we didn't hit the occupancy that we were hitting last year.
Yeah.
So even though you experience winter periods, all winter periods are very different.
Yeah.
But this one felt really, really difficult. But I feel like a lot of people have been talking about how winter, well, just service accommodation in general has not been the same because it is becoming quite oversaturated because there are people just jumping on it after a little bit of training and not really knowing why they're doing it.
Yeah.
I feel like they just think it's the first strategy, but you don't actually have to start with service accommodation.
Yeah.
You can start with so many other things. But I think, the reason I was saying that is because as we went into the end of 2023, it kind of carried over the difficulty around the winter periods, carried over for us into 2024. I remember actually, it's so funny because I actually went on our Instagram the other day and I played the video that I had where I'm like got like the duvet in the background and like my hair's not brushed. To be honest, only the front of my hair is brushed today. The back is not brushed. So, you know, like that.
Is this in the front, part in the back?
Yeah, basically. So I just remember that video of like trying to motivate myself in the video, like, you know, although there's hard times, like things will take place, things will happen, and like the sun will shine. Basically, is that the saying? There's light under the tunnel. in the tunnel.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
At the end of the tunnel, wherever the part of the tunnel is, there's light somewhere.
Yeah.
And I was trying to find it, but it was dim.
Yeah.
Anyway, but you get the point. So I was kind of comparing that video to where we are now, and it's like a complete change. But it just goes to show that although Q1 was a really difficult start for us, the end of Q1 was like as if the beginning never even existed.
Yeah. Can I go back and kind of explain what I was saying?
I'm so happy
now?
you asked my permission.
No, because like I feel like if I let you go, you're just gonna go off on something else. Anyway, so as I was saying, that this year or this winter felt, I think we felt it more, and the reason for that was because we actually went through the full cycle of winter.
It's only making me laugh by looking at me.
Because I'm talking to you. But anyway, yeah, we went through the full cycle of winter, innit? So I think when we started, we just went through the last month, and then it was kind of like, all right, cool. We're kind of already coming out. It just took like 1 month, and then we was coming out of into spring where things were obviously picking up as well. Do you know what I mean? Even with the Brighton one, when we got Brighton in February, it was a slow 2 months, but then Brighton always kind of picks up around April, springtime. Do you know what I mean?
Which people are still struggling with at the moment from the sounds of Brighton. Like we've been quite, it's not amazing.
Yeah.
But we've been quite lucky because we've not had like no bookings. But there have been people who've literally had like one booking. Yeah, one booking,
and it's like the thing about winter is that you have to think about the rates and the occupancy. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes you might not be getting the occupancy, and then you might not be getting the rates that you actually want. So you're just losing on both sides. Do you know what I mean? And then now what a lot of people say with these seasonal places like Brighton is that a lot of the profits that you make in the summer, yes, it's yours, but you have to kind of put some of that to the side, because in the winter, you're just going to be putting that back in because you're not getting the bookings. You're going to be dipping into your pocket to pay for the rent, the energy bills, anything like that. Do you know what I mean? So it's just, it's the way of the game. And you have to go through the cycle, the yearly cycle. The next year, that's where you just, obviously, if you make it to the next year.
Which a lot of people don't. Which is so sad. Like, it becomes difficult for everyone to like maintain. But I mean, I guess the reason for mentioning that is because initially when we started at Q1, we did not know what we actually wanted. And I think the main thing that we've taken out of Q1 into Q2 is preparing. Like preparation is so key when it comes down to like your goals. It's so easy to think that you know what you want, but you actually don't know what you want till you write it down and put it somewhere that's visible. Yes, we knew what we wanted our long-term goals to be. You fighting the leaf?
I just kept like touching.
Something stroking the back of your head.
No, let's not do that.
So I feel like of like writing it down, because we thought we did know what we wanted, but we didn't know how to get there. So we had like the long-term goals, but there wasn't the medium goals and the short-term goals. So we didn't know how to get there. So it was almost going a roundabout way because we didn't have a straight path. Do you know what I mean?
I think as well, you know, as you said, we knew the targets, we knew where we wanted to go, we knew our goals, but we kind of avoided, I think writing things down made us face the reality of where we are. Do you know what I mean? And some things were nice. It's like, all right, cool, that's not too bad. We can do X, Y, and Z. But some things were like, we actually are nowhere near where we want to be. And it's just, I think it's that realization that a lot of us subconsciously just want to avoid. You know what I mean? And we don't want to face it because then it tells us exactly where we are, whether we have to work very hard, or do you know what I mean? And no one really wants to hear that. You just want to hear that everything to be sugar-coated kind of.
And you might edit this out because obviously my loud mouth, but a part of that, like us writing stuff down, was our debts and what we owed. And one of those, the big ones, was one of the trainings that we went on to. And I don't know, I feel like we thought that because we had so much to pay back, that it was going to take us long to get our goals. But then we literally just ticked off all our, in the space of, because we actually didn't start Q1 strong. We hadn't written all this stuff down till February. So and this was towards the end of February, actually. We did not know what we were supposed to be doing. So the fact that in less than 5 weeks, we ticked off a lot of the stuff that we owed. And I think we were like 10 grand down in a month. That we managed to, am I wrong? Or
I think, about that, 10, just over 10 grand.
Thank you.
So, I mean, again, writing things down, we knew that there were certain debts. We knew that there were certain things that we needed to put in place. But when we wrote them down and it became real, then we were like, all right, cool. Let's focus on that. Let's focus on that. When certain things come in, we can focus on, we know where to put it, rather than we'd be like, all right, you know what, let's treat ourselves. It's not about treating ourselves. It's about putting the money where it needs to go in order to put us in a position where we can then treat ourselves.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And I think it was also even including good debt, like things that we've used for trainings or to get on. Like it was like not all bad debt, but it's so scary when you're not used to having that amount of debt. Like before we got into property, we were very comfortable.
Very comfortable.
Now we know we were poor.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
and it's literally that is it. I think that's
I
what
literally thought we were. I thought like, cool, I can go on holiday when I want. It's not too bad. Especially like as I got progressed in social work, I thought, no, we've been doing so well. If I want to go on holiday, I can go on holiday. But then I realised it takes that one situation where you're not able to work. That COVID, that's where we realised, like, I didn't get fired or whatever the right term is.
Furloughed.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I'm always here for you.
Thanks.
Come on.
Yeah, I didn't get furloughed or anything during COVID, but the panic of being furloughed and knowing that if I get furloughed, I have no leg to stand on right now.
Yeah.
It's a very scary place to be. So,
and that's why, again, like the comfortable mindset that we had, you know, unfortunately, I would say it's the broke mindset.
Yeah,
I would say it's the broke mindset. It's the mindset of those who are the ideal candidates for the matrix.
Yeah.
And they're stuck in the cycle, the rat race, the system, whatever you want to call it. And I feel like when we start to think about, all right, is there life past, you know, work, our 9 to 5s or whatever, we start to immediately start to think about our job security. You know, what happens if I can't make X amount of money, or, you know, my income's going to be unstable every month. But I always say, you know what, you need to be prepared to replace your job, because your job's always ready to replace you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Regardless, if you die, they've got someone in your same position, probably even wearing your same uniform when you send it back, before you even start rotting in the ground. So yeah, that's the sad reality of it.
Yeah. But yeah,
You know what I mean?
I guess some of the things that we got ticked off was we really wanted to start getting strong in deal sourcing again. We did a really good, I think the amount that we did in 1 month last year was crazy.
Yeah.
And that's when we really, you know that saying of when you know you need something, all of a sudden the thing that you need comes to fruition. Like when we knew we needed money, and it wasn't even for anything, like, well, it was for your 30th birthday, but we were like, we need to be able to spend and have fun and and it was all of this kind of nonsense. And we were able to make that happen in 30 days.
Yeah.
So we wanted to kind of do that again, but now have the longevity, is that the word?
The longevity, and used it properly.
Yeah. So
Because again, when we made that money, I don't think we used it wisely. That would put us in a better position, or our business in a better position, because we didn't know exactly where we were, because we hadn't written anything down.
Yeah. But we also wanted to have fun, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
This is where we're different.
You live once.
Because you have fun then, and then you were crying at the end of the year.
No,
you know what I mean?
but I wasn't crying because of that.
But do you know what I mean?
No, how does it have any relation to... Anyways, we'll talk about this later.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because it doesn't have any relation to it.
It does.
I get what you mean, but it's like, at the same time, just because you run a business doesn't mean you can't also sometimes be reckless with money. I'm okay to be reckless with money because I'm only going to live once. But I'm not going to be reckless every month of the 12 months. If you have a birthday coming up and I feel like you deserve, right, like, you know, spending and whatever, then I'm going to spend. Same thing for my birthday.
Yeah.
I always buy myself something on my birthday.
Yeah.
That's something of recent that I've said to myself, like, mate, people are not making it every day.
But I feel like you can...
Their 30th birthday, their 25th birthday, their 15th birthday, their second birthday. Like, a lot happens to a lot of people.
I get that, but you can be reckless
One time.
No, I'm saying... No, but again, you can be reckless with knowing what can be in the future. You know what I mean? Like, we can be reckless. We could get paid like $5,000 now. And our level of reckless would be like, all right, let's just book a holiday and go somewhere.
But we weren't reckless. If you remember, we made all that money from deal sourcing. We spent some on your birthday, and the rest went on the house to set up. Literally, grands of it went to set up as a service accommodation. Yeah. Exactly. So
no, I get that. But again, when we was doing it, we didn't when that money came in, we didn't have that plan of like, all right, this is going to go there.
But we were still comfortable with work.
Because but we didn't even with the property that we turned into an SA, we didn't have that option then. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like, if we had thought, or if we had written down our goals at that point, we probably would have put a large chunk of that on the bad debts that we had. Do you know what I mean?
Did we have those bad debts then? I feel like as we've gotten into property,
Yeah.
the more that's because you have to take money from somewhere in order to reinvest money. That's where the debts have come from. The debts haven't come from us spending like cash here and there.
No. But it would be like, you know, like loans, credit cards, certain things like that. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I'm talking about. Like we probably would have allocated the money a little bit better. I'm not
take your 30th birthday back then.
No. But I was literally about to say that before you jumped.
Yeah, because you jumped. The sensible answer.
No, I'm not giving a sensible answer. I'm just saying you're boring. You're boring.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, I'm just saying.
Just so that you know, so the spontaneous question comes in. As you can see, I don't have to explain. I'm the spontaneous person. Yes, again. Yeah, because you usually give the sensible answer, the dad answer.
The dad answer is
you enjoyed when you was 7 bottles down with alcohol. You weren't saying, "Oh yeah, we should spend it wisely," were you? No, you weren't. So I think keep it. And reflect later in life.
And that's fine. That's fine. Because you know what? I will never take back those memories.
Yeah, well,
do you know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah.
At this point. But anyways, back to Q1. Back to Q1. But yeah, we ticked off quite a few things. So we wanted to establish our deal sourcing team, which we started to build. I'm going to shout out Mohammed because I just love Mohammed. Mohammed knows I love him so much. He's actually just a sweetheart.
Yeah.
That's actually my son.
It's true.
I don't know if I am old enough to be his mum, but I don't hopefully.
It's actually wild. You actually are.
I actually am old enough to be. So sad. So sad. But yeah, I actually love him. He's so great. He's so optimistic. He's so enthusiastic. He brings the jokes. But that's part of our deal sourcing team. Yeah. And there's another person we've been speaking to who I'm really eager to kind of add to our team. You know who that is. But just in case we don't add to the person, I don't want to bite myself in the bum. But she's really, really lovely as well. But yeah, we started to grow that team. So that's a tick. Yeah. We swapped out our cleaning team.
Oh, finally. And you know what? That is something that will end up... Do we even talk about no? Because I feel like that needs a whole
maybe an hour.
Yeah.
But it was nice to swap them over
and give us a bit more hands-off experience.
Yeah. Then our routine, like just getting a better routine. Like we started all of that as well. I just think
waking up and actually. Praying, reading the Bible. Yeah, we started the Bible from the beginning, and we
need to read through.
We're reading through, and we didn't realize how long Genesis was.
I thought Genesis made that was just that they made.
I thought it was just an introduction.
Yeah, I thought they just made the world, and that God made the world.
No. Everyone had done a whole cycle, and these guys were living up to about 1,000.
Yeah, Lot's wife turning into sand, all of that nonsense.
Everything.
Salt, sorry.
But yeah,
this kind of stuff.
Yeah. So again. Strengthening our faith as well, because that's a large contributing factor to where we are.
Yeah, definitely. And it's been helping with mindset. So there's just so much that we managed to tick off, I think, of Q1. And Q2 is like the BRR journey.
You leaving work as well?
Oh, yeah. I did leave work.
Yeah. So yes. You leaving work, it's a very brave step.
I got a sugar daddy, so I don't mind.
Who?
Been keeping my lashes upkeep. No, but we've done well because I feel like one of us had to go first. Yeah. I always wanted you to go first. I feel like my job's so easy to get back into.
Yeah. But we just got to that. Well, the reason why we did anyway, because I guess when people get into property, the straight thing is everyone thinks, you need to leave your job. You need to leave your job. I honestly think when you're a entrepreneur, if you can balance the two together, do it.
Yeah,
because it will put you in
a better situation.
Such a better situation. Sometimes when people leave their jobs before they're ready, and now it shot them in the foot, because when people are asking for accounts or referencing or anything like that, you ain't got a job, so there's no stable income or there's nothing coming in. There's no proof that you can show them that you can afford certain things. Your company's just started, so you ain't got no accounts there. Do you know what I mean? So it kind of puts you on the back foot. But I feel like you got to just make decisions wisely. I don't think you should quit your job until doing your job is affecting how you are, affecting your progress as an entrepreneur, I think. And I think that's where we got to. We was making so much progress, but we started to stagnate.
We stopped making progress, and it was hard to kind of continue because there was no time. There's actually no time. Which kind of brings us into, but I guess to review, Q1 was great and not so great. And I'm so glad that it was not so great at the start and we finished strong at the end. Because it's led us into Q2 so gracefully and so beautifully. And I'm just excited to see what it
just slid into grade.
We might come back and be like, oh my gosh, Q2 was just like not it. But I'm hoping that's not the case because it started really, really well and strong. And we've got clearer
our goals,
vision.
Our vision, our path is aligned as well.
Yeah.
And even, again, working together, even though we're like with each other all the time, I think it was helpful to see what
you don't want to say that you enjoyed spending time with me.
I don't. I'm trying to get away from you every day, but I'm just unsuccessful.
Okay.
Nah. But like, even it was helpful to kind of see where you're aligned with things as well. Like, what's your focus? Because we're both focused on the same. Yeah. Anyway, we're both focused on the same things, but in different ways sometimes. Do you know what I mean? And it's like it's funny how certain things that I wanted and that we both want, I might want in April or you might want in September. Do you know what I mean? So it was interesting to see with expectations that when you think certain things should be done or when we should have that by. Do you know what I mean? So that was a good thing, especially as we work together. I know some people either they're doing this journey by themselves or they're working with someone else and they just don't align. Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, you might even want to talk about that. This past week I've been on nights.
Yeah.
Haven't been able to help out really because during the day I'm sleeping or I probably have the least amount of sleep that I've had.
You did so well. Like usually you're snoring like head and dribble.
You know, what's that dangly thing in the back of the throat that just like you know, it's not your tonsils. I can't remember, but you know, cartoons when they're snoring.
Tonsils, but it's not. Yeah, you told me it's not, so I can't help you.
No. But you know, the cartoons when they're snoring, it's just like flicking.
Yeah, you used to sleep on your nights, but you've gotten to. I guess that's part of running a business. The lack of sleep sometimes is way more prominent. But I would say that anybody who's running a business by themselves, I don't know. How you do it. I don't know.
You was running up and down during the day.
No, I went to a viewing and I was flustered. Like my makeup had like melted off. Like there was sweat just down there. You know the school kids running for the bus and the bag is like half the shoulder of the jacket. That's
and
what's
happening. And the blazers over
I looked like
shoulder.
I'd been knocked out 3 times. Honestly, by the time I got to the viewing, they were probably looking at me like, what the hell? I was like, no, it was not it.
Did you run all the way from?
It was just panic. The whole day was panic.
Yeah.
But like I really commend and like I'm inspired by people who are in business by themselves.
Yeah.
Like who do you discuss with?
Yeah.
Like I can be really indecisive and obviously business requires you to be decisive. But those times where I'm actually not sure, you take the lead and I will follow.
Yeah. Yeah.
People are in business on their own. What do you do? Like, do you just have meetings? Like, what happens?
Yeah. But, I mean, I guess because I've been thinking about this as well. And I was like, how do people do it? And I guess they're kind of forced to create systems because if you don't create the systems, you just get swallowed up in
they must be
abyss.
talented.
Do you know what I mean?
They have to be talented. Like you have to be very dedicated because I'm not gonna lie, getting no's on your own is so much harder than getting no's with another person.
Yeah.
Because if we get no's, one day I'm chirpy and I'm fine. I'm like, oh, it's just a no next. Not that emotional about it. The other day that's you. Do you know what I mean? When you are in business by yourself, who motivates you?
Yeah.
Like who? Yeah, who tells you like this? Who
helps you to bounce back? Who do you bounce ideas off? Who do you have meetings
with? Like what happens?
Yeah.
But I just honestly, that taught me it's not made for me. I'm glad I'm a pairing because if I was on my own, I would not make it. But yeah. And I guess kind of moving on, we had a few questions about how we balance. Now I've spoke about coming out of work. Yeah. How we balanced 9 to 5s with our
like just business. Our entrepreneurial journey and everything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I'm still in full-time work.
In jail.
In jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Like I'm still in full-time work.
You love them.
Do you know what? It's not so much that. I think we was talking to Nana the other day and I was saying it's like I've been there for pretty much my whole life. I would say it's my second job because the first one I was a teaching assistant.
This wasn't in a school.
Yes, it was. It was
barely.
No.
This was Sunday school.
It was Saturday school, and it was to help. In fact, I'm not even going to shout them out like that. But it was a special school to help people to progress through their GCSEs.
And you were teaching them.
Well, I was assisting the teaching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
it's your second job.
Because I was actually
How
paid.
old
I was. So I actually went there from year 7 to year 11. Then when I left,
you went back.
I was 17. Yeah. But anyway, so my work, I've been there for time, like since I was 18. So that's obviously I've been moving up within the organization, but that's all I've kind of ever known. Good pay, good perks, everything, like even regardless of whether I've been at work or not, I get paid every month. Do you know what I mean? So that security's there. Now it's getting to the point where it's like we're getting to that point where it's like I can kind of step away, but I'm doing it because I can balance the both of them. I'm like, yeah.
I need to get my hair and my nails done.
I need, yeah. Anyway, what about my haircut?
Yeah, you can. You're doing so good at paying for it.
My God. Yeah. But I just think that, my job allows me to do these things at the moment. So I can do it. It is stressful at times when things do get a bit full on.
Have you found it better, me not working? Has it been easier to balance work with me not working? Or has it been more stressful because now we've taken on a lot more because I'm not working?
It's weird. I think I've experienced both. Like, I think there's been times where it's like, maybe funds are a little bit stretched at that time because you need something doing, I need something doing, and we still got to live, do you know what I mean? But then it's also exciting because I knew that something had to give. We were both working, we were both trying to progress in business, and if one of us weren't jumping off this plane, it was just going to crash. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what's so jokes? I don't think our expenses have gone down either. I'm literally just thinking when you said, that sometimes there's been a stretch. Even when there's been the stretch of money, I've still spent £500 on my hair. And that I should probably reflect on that. I should actually probably reflect on that.
I'm actually thinking about it now as well.
Might be me. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, you think?
Stretch might be me.
You think?
It might be me. I'm going to Q2. There's always Q2 reflect.
Yeah.
So I'll reflect in Q2. But it's interesting that you say that because I feel like I obviously am so happy to have stepped away from work. I still call myself a social worker, but I've stepped away from it. And I feel like it's made it a lot easier to take on more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like
we're able to capitalize on the opportunities that have been coming our way. Yeah. Whereas because we were so flustered with work and trying to juggle business that opportunities, the same opportunities that are coming, we were missing them. Do you know what I mean?
We were
missing
time.
them, and we're
big time.
And then we're kicking ourselves because we're just like, why
we shut down things because we couldn't do like management, we couldn't do like joint ventures. Because we were overwhelmed.
Yeah, and opportunities, they people don't understand. Sometimes you present people with opportunities because we see it from the other side now. We present people with opportunities. And they're like, yeah, I'll get back to you tomorrow. No, I'm sorry. This opportunity is gone.
It's gone.
Do you know what I mean? Like, listen, by an hour later, it's probably gone. Like, so you need to decide, like, as soon. So you need to be in a position where you can seize an opportunity straight away. And I feel like I've gotten better with being able to just take risks, I think.
Yeah, you have. I think you're looking for that, that reassurance. Mama baby.
No, because I was waiting for you
No,
to
you've gotten way better. But I think that a part of that has come because we've had time to free up to do more, to bring in more. And again, I know we've spoken about Jazz Rose, that it's training 1,000 times, but doing that allowed us to really work on the business and then allowed us to support more people. Who need to be or have the goal to be whatever their goal is, where they want to be within 12 months, 6 months, whatever it is. So I don't know. I feel like it's never easy balancing work with your business, but you've got to decide what you want to be doing in the next 12 months. Do you want to be working 9 to 5? If you want to be working 9 to 5, then focus more on your work. But if you want to be free, financially free, then you need to be working on your business, and that always needs to take priority. That's something when we went to the Evans training, and I can't remember, he asked you some sort of question like, you said something like, oh, but I've got work, and he's like, but do you want to be working? He's like, which one do you want to prioritize? Made us look crazy, and we're like, which one do you want to be prioritizing? But even that in itself, it's just like you've got to choose what's going to be important to you in the next few months and prioritize that. So like for us, it is deal sourcing. Now we want to deal source and make that main source of income as well.
Yeah.
And so now that's become a priority.
Yeah.
But also splitting roles. I feel like when you're balancing work, if you have a business partner, balance with the goal that, how do I explain it? One of you is doing one thing, the other is focusing on the other goal. So, you know, one, like I'm focused more on the deal sourcing now and like the BRR journey, then you'll focus on the systems.
The systems and how things are linking and running so that it's smooth for us and people who are introduced to us
The
as
things
well.
that need the brain. Yeah. You're clever, that's
Hey,
why.
safe, man. Thank you.
Yeah, you are
Thank
clever.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I doubt myself because I obviously.
Your maths has gone downhill.
Nah, it's terrible.
Terrible.
You know what I need to do? I need to print off them. You know the times table
6
things.
times 4. It's okay. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get better. We're gonna get better.
24.
Okay. It's okay.
But you know I used to. No, hit
You
me.
used to be quick.
I'm sorry. We have to do this. Hit me
7
3.
times 3.
21.
Sorry.
Yeah, go on. Go on. Another 2.
2 times 10.
Yeah, obviously 20.
Okay. 7 times 9.
63.
Okay. I don't know the answer to any of these. I'm just.
No, but I'll use that. Used to be like if I was good at one thing apart from football, it was maths. Like, I would have taken that to a PhD doctorate.
I was good at being a nuisance.
Yeah.
So
anyway.
I'm still good at being a nuisance. But
yeah.
is what it is. But yeah.
But what was I saying before you?
I don't know. You know.
Reminded me that I'm poor at maths.
The systems you were doing.
Yeah. So just the systems and it's like all the different softwares that
Uplisting,
price labs. We're using Go High Level now, which helps us to, maximize, leads and sales and everything like that. So again, all these things, that's where I really enjoy that, or what I really enjoyed. You know what I mean? Configuring it and finding out, because I could easily just hand these tasks over. But you know me, I'm always someone who I want to know the ins and outs first, so that if I delegate it to you, I don't want to ask you to do something I can't do. Or I don't want to ask, if you don't know how to do it, it's like, well, that makes 2 of us now. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I want to be like, if someone says, okay, how do you want it? Do you want it like X or like Y? And I'll be like, all right, let's have a look at both options. I can make a decision and be like, all right, do it like this because this should happen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you're quite good at the classroom based stuff, and I'm quite good at the customer relations.
Yeah, I think being out in the field,
I'm not sure about being inside on the field works better for me. But
yeah, because I feel like you can adapt to situations. You know, like if I go somewhere and it's like, all right, I've prepped myself, and this is gonna happen, so I'm gonna respond to it like this. But then, as soon as that goes out the window, I'm like, what do I do next? You know what I mean? Whereas you will be like, all right, this has happened.
You're a bit rigid and I'm a bit flexible.
If you want.
That's basically what it is. You're quite...
Don't. You're going to trigger me right now.
Anyways, well, I do get it. You're going to trigger me. My guilt wasn't when I'm resting, because when I'm resting, I long paralysis. I'm like on holiday. I don't even, at this point, it doesn't even bother me. But when I did have guilt was, obviously my job is very serious. So any time that was taken away from working with families, I felt bad because I felt like I wasn't fully concentrating. But then when I was fully concentrating on work, I feel bad that I'm not doing the business stuff because I felt like that was what was going to progress us. Yeah. So that's where my guilt kind of went in. But I don't really care. When I'm resting, I'm resting. I could rest 3 days out of how many days? 7.
Because if I'm at work as well, I work on business while I'm at work, and I'm able to. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm confident in what I'm doing. But again, when I'm at home and I need to rest or I need to be doing something else every day, even sometimes if I'm again playing PlayStation, and I'm thinking I'm having fun and I'm enjoying things, but like I could actually.
Yeah, it sounds. I think you might be closing.
Yeah, but if I'm like playing like PlayStation, playing Call of Duty or whatever, I'm enjoying myself because I know this is my time to kind of shut down and be free and relieve my mind. But I'm always thinking, but no, that part of the business could be worked on, and that part
you
could be done.
You look like you're
enjoying
yourself when you play PlayStation.
No, obviously, but then in between games, when I'm looking at the pause at the menu, I'm just like, I should actually be doing something productive. Like,
you haven't played a game in ages, though.
Yeah, but I'm tomorrow. In fact, no, not tonight, but tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that a request?
Yeah.
Or was that a do not disturb?
Listen, that was put that in your diary.
Okay, cool.
Don't ask me to do nothing.
Yeah.
But
I think there's good things about carrying work as well. Like a lot of the pressure when you go into like property business is, quit your job. But what people forget is the salary helps you quite a bit, like you said before. So I would always tell people, don't quit your job unless you need to. I would also say use the resources around you. So if you can balance work, because a colleague of yours can take up an extra shift, and that means that frees you up to go and do viewings, and all you're going to owe them is maybe a bottle of alcohol for stepping in for you.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, you have a family member who can do the viewings for you so that you're not having to miss work. But there's ways of you balancing it. I would encourage somebody to stay in work as long as possible, because that's what you're going to use to reinvest to help you become financially free. But also, it's actually okay if you want to have this as a side hustle and not your main drive, because there's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5. I'm just fed up with people telling me what to do.
I was going to say that as well. Yeah, it's not every day like the goal must be to leave your job or start your own business.
Yeah.
But just make sure that you're running your job and your job isn't running you.
Yeah, definitely.
But we'll leave it there. We'll come to the end anyway, but yeah, man. I haven't got a question to ask. I was racking my brain thinking, what question should I ask?
No, I think that was just a lot of spill because we haven't been back in a long time. So
just
this
a catch
is
up.
A little catch up.
Yeah.
And some things that we've had conversations with people about.
Let us know how your Q1 was and what your goals are for Q2.
Yes. And if you need any support with goal setting, or would love to kind of speak about how to tailor your goals to help you achieve them over, space of 12 months. Well, how many months have we got left now?
I don't know why I thought we was still in March, but yeah, my
April. But yeah, if you want to set goals for the rest of the month, then just message us, and then we can go from there and see what we can do to support.
Yeah.
But the aim is to achieve what you set out to achieve. So yeah. Anyways, until the next one.
Yeah, until the next one. Peace.